This engine doesn't show off. Yes, it's a twin-turbo flat six. Yes, the numbers are insane. But the new Porsche 911 Turbo S isn't impressive because of power. It's impressive because of how calmly it delivers it. No lag, no spikes, no violence. The power doesn't arrive. It happens. You don't feel the engine wake up. And that's exactly why it keeps winning. Because while everyone else is chasing horsepower headlines, Porsche did something far more dangerous. They taught a car how to predict the future. Here's the part Porsche never advertises. The 911 Turbo S does not win by horsepower. It wins by load management. While other supercars brag about peak numbers, Porsche engineers obsessed over three invisible things: load transfer, weight movement, predictive torque distribution. Most supercars wait for traction to break, then react. The Turbo S sends torque forward before slip happens. It doesn't respond to mistakes. It prevents them. That's why it humiliates Ferraris in the rain. That's why it destroys McLarens on bad roads. And Porsche never brags about this. Because if they did, their own GT cars would look compromised. The all-wheel drive system in the Turbo S isn't reactive, it's predictive. It constantly reads tire temperature, road surface, throttle input, steering angle. Before your brain finishes the thought, the car is already preparing the answer. That's why launches feel unreal. That's why acceleration feels endless. The Turbo S doesn't ask permission from physics. It schedules it. And this is where the internet gets confused. People say, it's too easy. It's too calm. It doesn't feel wild. They're right. And that's the point. Porsche intentionally filtered drama out of the Turbo S. The throttle is smoothed, the steering is refined, the exhaust is controlled, because Turbo S buyers don't want adrenaline. They want authority. Emotion lives in the GT lineup. Control lives in the Turbo lineup. That's not marketing. That's hierarchy. Here's the irony. Porsche never tried to build the perfect daily supercar. They just kept fixing problems. Too stiff? Soften it. Too loud? Quiet it. Too annoying? Refine it. And one day, they looked up and realized they had built something terrifying. A car that can do 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in under 3 seconds. Sit calmly in traffic. Drive thousands of kilometers without fatigue. No Ferrari does this. No Lamborghini wants to. Because comfort at this speed exposes weakness. Publicly, Porsche worships the GT3. Privately, engineers respect the Turbo S more because GT cars remove problems. Turbo S cars must solve them. It has to. Pass global emissions, handle all weather, be comfortable, be brutally fast, protect inexperienced drivers. That balance is an engineering nightmare. And that's why inside Porsche, the Turbo S is quietly called the hardest 911 to build. To understand why this car exists, you have to go back. The original 911 Turbo was never meant to be emotional. It was meant to be dominant. It was built for autobahns, for bad weather, for long distances at impossible speeds. While purists chased high-revving engines and lightweight fantasies, Porsche chased something colder, control at velocity. That philosophy never changed. It just got smarter. Look at the Turbo S. No wild wings, no dramatic vents, no screaming colors. That's intentional. Porsche understands something most brands don't. If you need drama to sell speed, you're already insecure. The Turbo S hides its ability. Because its buyers don't want attention. They want results. Yes, the numbers are ridiculous. But the Turbo S engine isn't special because of peak output. It's special because it never feels stressed. No sudden surges, no nervous power delivery, just endless controlled force. It feels like the engine knows exactly how much grip you have, and never gives you more than you can handle. That's not luck. That's decades of refinement. Track times are easy to fake. Perfect conditions, sticky tires, professional drivers, real roads don't care, rain, cold tires, bad surfaces, traffic. This is where most supercars collapse, and this is where the Turbo S builds its reputation. Because it's fast all the time, not just when everything is perfect. The Turbo S doesn't dominate Instagram. It dominates reality. It's the car that pulls alongside something exotic and leaves without drama. No revving, no noise, just distance. That's why owners of louder cars hate it, because it exposes the difference between performance and theater. People always ask, why doesn't Porsche make the Turbo S more aggressive? Because aggression sells emotion, control sells confidence. And Porsche knows exactly who this car is for. Not influencers, not track day heroes. People who want the fastest solution, not the loudest statement. Here's something Porsche will never put in an ad. The average Turbo S buyer is older than a GT buyer. They don't want learning curves, they don't want surprises, they want speed without punishment. So Porsche built a car that flatters skill instead of testing it. That's not boring, that's ruthless. People mistake difficulty for engagement, but difficulty is just inefficiency. The Turbo S feels easy because it's finished. Nothing left to fight, nothing left to prove, just execution. The Turbo S doesn't create memes, it creates respect. It's the car engineers admire, the car racers acknowledge, the car supercar owners quietly avoid racing. Because losing to something that calm hurts more. Now comes the uncomfortable part. Hybrid systems, electric motors, artificial sound. The world is changing. Cars like this don't survive transitions, and Porsche knows it. That's why every Turbo S feels final. Not dramatic, just perfected. Drama gets old. Control doesn't. Years from now, people won't remember which car was louder. They'll remember which one worked everywhere, every time, without excuses. The Porsche 911 Turbo S isn't trying to impress you. It doesn't challenge you. It assumes you're ready. And that's why it's terrifying. Now you know what the Turbo S really is. Not a sports car, not a toy. A weapon built for people who don't need attention. So, here's the real question. In a future full of electric speed and artificial drama, will cars like the Turbo S ever exist again? Tell me in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one.